Well, hello everybody, this is Brandon, Little NC Farmer, coming to you again today, and as you can tell, I'm finally getting to plant. Today is May the 19th, 2025. Sorry about moving that camera around, but this is probably the latest I have ever planted stuff like this. This is the first time this ground has become dry enough that I can work it, and there's still some clods down on the lower end of it, but we'll just make the best of it and do what we can. And let me spin you around here. You can see these are plants that I started from seed. Yeah, I've got one right there that's needing water. Hopefully it'll make it. If not, I've got plenty more. But these are called Celebration. I don't know if they're related to the celebrity. If they are, that's good, because I love the celebrities, but they are a hybrid. And we're gonna see now. I run out of my tie strap, so that's why that wire is off at the bottom. I gotta get more and we'll get that strap down. But this is my first time doing tomatoes on cattle panels. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that's going to work this year. And the plan is, if I can afford it, I want to get some to go on the farm, because I've got, this is about 14 plants if I counted right. And I've got probably about 50 some more left. I probably, out of that 50, I probably won't be able to plant over 30 in that field down there. So we'll just have to see. But yeah, old Faithful, she didn't let me down. She done her job. For 50 years old, she's working good. That's the original motor and everything. I did put new rings in it several years ago, and I've replaced the gas tank some time back. I don't know, it's probably been 10 or 12 years ago, maybe even longer than that. I don't even remember. Other than that, she's all original, other than the belt. But I had a few rogue cucumbers that came up right out in there, and I dug those up before I started plowing, or not all of them, but enough of them. So the plan is, right in here somewhere, I'm going to have a row of squash, or half of a row of squash, and the other half will be cucumbers. Over here I want to do my beans, and I'm going to plant the jade bush beans. That is my favorite bean. It's the only thing I've planted the past several years, and I don't know, it's just, I like it, and I love the flavor of them. And so anyway, I'm going to get at it. And then today's Monday, and I don't know what I'm going to find at the farm, but I pray that it's going to be dry enough that I can work it. I know I was down there Saturday, I was down there Saturday, and it was, Mom and Dad said they had gotten rain that early that morning. So, and it was pretty heavy. So it's had Saturday afternoon, yesterday afternoon, and today. And hopefully now, according to the weather forecast, we are supposed to get some rain starting tomorrow afternoon, thunder showers mostly. There's like a 30% chance of that. I don't know, you know, that just remains. It would be nice, because I'll have these tomato plants set out down there, and that would really help to get them started. So we'll just see. But other than that, that's about all I've got left right now until the peas come in. But here I'm going to plant green beans, squash, cucumbers, and okra, and I'll have a couple of spots left. I'm not sure what I'm going to put there. Might put tomatoes, I don't know. May have to put tomatoes, but because I need tomatoes. Lord knows I need tomatoes. And so we're just going to see how things go and go from here. But probably I'm going to combine these two videos into one, and doing this today, and then Lord willing we'll be at the farm tomorrow working. And I've got to get busy and get some stuff in the ground here. And so probably the next time you see me, I'll be at the farm. And so, but anyway, just thought I would show a little clip of my old Mary Tiller on here. And I bought that tiller from a widow woman many years ago. She wasn't going to use it anymore, and so it's been a blessing. My grandparents had one just like it, well, similar to it, and a lot of memories made right there. And so anyway, that's just part of it. So guys, I got to get busy and get off of here and get finished up, and it's going to be time for me to get a shower and get ready for bed and go to work. So anyway, guys, Lord willing, we'll see you at the farm. Well, guys, with the miracle of video, it is the next day. Today's the 20th of May 2025, and we're going to try to get some tomatoes in the ground, maybe replant my watermelons. I have not seen nary one of those just came up, probably bad seed. But we're here at the farm today, and you've seen the video at the house, what we did there. I want to show you what things look like here. You can see I'm gonna take the disc. I've got the Ford running right now, warming up, if you hear something in the background. But I want to cut this area right here and try to do a row of tomatoes. And I have with me also some Cherokee tan pumpkins, and I would love to set those out in the remainder of this row of the sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes are looking good. You should be able to see them better after I cultivate them, but they are looking just great. Love it. And you can see the corn's coming along, and I see where some of it has came up that I put the seed down. You see the little shallow spots, that's where I planted seed that didn't come up for whatever reason. But we're going to run the rolling cultivators through this and that down there and see what happens. And Lord willing, we're going to try to get, but the first thing I'm going to do is get the disc out, cut this and cut that down there for the watermelons. I had those planted and nothing came up, so we're going to work on that first. So I got to get busy. All right, guys, right there we've got 44 plants from one end to the other. If they make, hallelujah. I do want to say thank the Lord for letting this ground dry out so that I can work it. And I just now got done with it, got them watered in, and I've got 4 Cherokee tans down here at the end of this sweet potato row. And guys, I wanted to show you something right here. you can see it washed in one of the last rainstorms they had. And this is why I like doing beds, even though this bed was not as high as the other. And I can't remember, I think I made this one with my with the Ford versus the Farmall. That may have something to do with it, I don't know. But it's not as high, the bed itself was not as high as those are. But guys, we're gonna get in here, try to with the 140, and I'd like to run the rolling cultivators through this first, and I may go ahead and try to put some more fertilizer to the corn, and I'll probably just keep the rolling cultivators on for that. But my brother's corn is beautiful. This is going to be its last plowing. I'm not sure if he's going to top dress it or not, but I'm going to put the disc killers on for that. And I got to drop the 1-point hitch and all that because his is a lot taller than mine is. So we're going to get the tractor running here in a minute, and we pray that it'll run okay. One thing, I think I said this, I can't remember, but I told you I was having some carburetor issues. Well, something we discovered, the float has something in it on one side, and when you put it in a liquid, it'll float lopsided. So there's some issues with the float, and I've got to find me another float to go in it. And one other thing is the gas tank has got rust on the inside of it, and that's breaking loose, getting in the carburetor and stopping the jets up. That's not helping anything, and I've tried to do everything I can to eliminate that, but it's hard to do but so much. And so I don't know what my answer will be to that in the future, but we're gonna have to address that eventually. And guys, you see around here we're working on a fence. I've still got to put my post on the end. I've primarily been waiting, and probably I don't know, I may end up putting these posts up pretty shortly. I'd really like to leave them up down until I disc this, because it's so much easier to get in and out of here without that. The cultivating won't be quite as bad because with the Farmall I don't have anything behind me dragging, so that won't be that big of a problem. But guys, I'm real pleased with my corn. I want to say this setup with the 140 and the rolling cultivators and the cold planter, that is the best setup I have ever had for having corn. I just don't think you can beat it. But now, I saw this the other day. Yeah, it was an 8N like mine up here. They had a 2-row cultivator behind it, and they actually, the wheels, like this would be the middle of the tractor, and they had the wheels spaced out, it looked like as far as they would go. Like one wheel would be here, this would be the center, and over here would be your other wheel, be your right wheel, left wheel. And they cultivated 2 rows at a time. And I don't know, and another thing, doing it that way, it gives you a lot more clearance height wise. And I don't know where I could find a 2-row cultivator, but that would be something to think about. But I don't want to have to space my wheels out that far on that Ford, because I just don't like that. And here's something that's a real menace, is morning glories. And there's one got covered up last time I plowed. But and for any of you that's asking, yes, we've got nut grass here. I don't know how that got started around here, but it's almost like an onion or an allium or something. It has like a bulb on the end of it. I don't know how that got started, but I try to keep that at bay as best I can. That, crabgrass, and Johnson grass is probably some of the worst stuff we've ever had around here. And get this out while it's young. But guys, I'm gonna go up and see if we can get the 140 started, and we'll get at it. Guys, I am just plumb tickled to death for that. That is the prettiest looking. That looks like we've had a deer got into it down here, this end. I don't know, or something has been eating on it. And if they get this far, I can't help it. I just hope they'll stay out of the other till I can get my fence up anyway. But this is the Yalla trucker's favorite down here. And guys, I'm thrilled to death with that. This is the best setup I've ever had. The planter done good. I'm sitting here plowing, didn't even know it. The planter did great, and if weather permitting, it looks like we're fixing to get some rain, guys. But weather permitting, I'm gonna get my disc tillers on, and I need to go over and try to go over my brother's corn. We'll just see what happens. And our dad's got some beautiful potatoes too. He'll be digging potatoes before long. It looks like they may even be trying to die out, or he may have already traveled some right there. That's what we call it around here. But I just went down through the middle. I don't have that many watermelon seeds, and that's another thing I need to do. I want to try to plant that one row, and I'll just let them spread out as much as they will. And we'll plow them some way or another. I don't know how, but we'll do that. But anyway, guys, I got to get up here and get these rolling cultivators off and see if I can get the disc tillers on. All right, guys, that's going to be a wrap on it for now. And this is actually the third day of this. Today's the 21st. I started all this on the 19th, and my battery went dead yesterday, so thought I would do a little closing. And I do appreciate all of my subscribers. I appreciate each one of you. Glad to see we've got some new ones that's come on board, and I hope we can do something here that will be entertaining, learning, and just, overall to be able to help someone else. And so anyway, guys, I appreciate all of your support and everything you've done. So that just about wraps up the summer garden planning, with exception of the field peas, which will be next month. So, but I hope to have something between now and then. Anyway, I've still got a ton of tomato plants. Well, not that many, but several left. By the time it's all said and done, I hope to have over 60 in the ground. This is the most tomatoes I have ever planted in my life. So, and we've got the fence. I definitely need to get started on that and get that wrapped up. I kindly have been waiting till I'm done disking that ground down there, because it's a lot easier to get in and out with a tractor without a fence in the way. So that's kind of why I haven't really pushed that yet. So anyway, guys, I appreciate you watching. I hope that you found something here interesting that you like. So anyway, guys, y'all have a great day, and thank you, Little NC Farmer.